I usually would say 20/20 paint job. So it's, you know, 20 feet away, 20 mile an hour, looks darn good. But this is gonna be 20/80, 20 feet away and 80 miles an hour. It looks good. What's up, everybody? Long time no see. Boy, do we have a crazy episode for y'all. I've got a table full of parts from Go Power Sports and 6 days to put it all together and hopefully be the fastest mini bike on the dirt drag strip at Mini Mayhem. Let's see if we can do it. So, as you can see, Go Power Sports hooked me up with their Rascal GT frame. And boy, is this thing nice. So, like I said, I'm gonna be running this on the dirt. So I have a 8105 front suspension kit on here. This is the front fork kit that you get. I mean, look at this. Light as a feather. That's pretty much how the whole frame goes. But I'm telling you, I wish I was running this. And if I do street setup, I'm gonna hang on to that. But, so, got the front suspension. I got the foot pegs, got the 1-inch live axle kit. If you can't see that, part numbers are gonna be in the description below. But I'm on a time crunch, so I've got this thing up on the table and I've got the parts laid out, and I'm gonna try and get this thing kind of bolted together. Got to pull the power plant off the Megamoto 212. This was last year's and the year before that mini bike dirt drag strip king for sure, thanks to that power plant right there. But we're going to be moving that over to that chassis right there. Not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of excited. I'm a little nervous because there's a lot to do and I'm one person, but hopefully I can get the miniature version in here of me and help me out. Hopefully he doesn't lose too many tools. And I can't forget that they sent me the front hydraulic brake kit for the 8105 mini bike, and thank you, because that's going to help me slow down. And so this is the rear tire setup. I've got a 1-inch 6-inch rim, 1-inch bore keyed with a 6-inch wheel and a pretty cleaty rear tire. Looking forward to maybe modifying that with my tire groover. Not really sure. And this is the front tire that they hooked me up with. I think this will do perfect. It might not even be on the ground. Who knows? But yeah, let's get this thing going. All right, so I think my rear axle bearings got misplaced. No big deal. Got them on order, but we're gonna move things up to the front. I'm gonna go ahead and slap together this front brake kit. Let's see. I'm not sure how many washers we're gonna have to put on either side, but let's see. The axle, the kit provides plenty of hardware for you to mock it up or to make it fit however it needs. Oh dear, here we go. There we go. You gotta be real careful with these. All right, so 2 washers makes that flange clear, and then yep, the rotor clears with that tight. Awesome. Okay, so the reason why I put the bolt through this way is because the hardware for the caliper actually mounts up on this side, and you want to be able to, let's see if I can turn this. The brackets, yeah, the bracket mounts up on this side, and then these are your spacer pieces for your hardware, and I need to find that because everything kind of got opened. We still need to mock some stuff up, so let's see. Yeah, that should do it. Oh, heck yeah, that should do it. Awesome. So I gotta find that hardware. And this goes, this is the rest of the caliper bracket. This gets bolted around the fork tube, just not too tight. Yep. Might even put some tape on the inside here just to take up the slack a little bit. Well, it's day 2 of get it done by Saturday. And while I'm waiting for some stores to open, I figured I'd go ahead and pull the engine off the original Super Hog frame. Remember, this is a 236 Tillotson cast block with a MoFlow billet head from Go Power Sports, and I think it's a 28 millimeter flat slide carburetor. You know the deal. And all the billet internals. Better call Paul, he'll hook you up. So I'm gonna pull this engine, set you guys up so you guys can see that on time lapse, so you don't have to hear me make up words when I can't get stuff off and be mad at whoever put it together. Anywho, yeah, let's get to taking this engine off. Remember, it's only 4 bolts and a throttle cable. All right, now, oh gosh, now that we pulled the motor off of the Mega Moto 212 frame. Oh gosh, here, just gonna tear that out. Had to go out to the store, get some bolts, like I said. Could have just used the ones off the other chassis. They would have worked fine. But I think I'm gonna put another motor on that and actually bring that to Mini Mayhem, because that one is really comfortable. Not saying that this one isn't gonna be comfortable, but this one's function over form. Like, this one's drag chassis, this one's not the trail bike. Even though it's got a kickstand, so technically it's a legal mini bike. Yeah. Got a 30 series torque converter, cover, belt, backing plate, and driver. This is a perfectly good driver, but I'm going to overpower this thing by a lot. So we're going to set this off to the side, send back to the boys, because I appreciate them, really appreciate them hooking me up with that. But, so this billet side cover, it's got the 4-bolt flange, so I can hook this thing up like that. Oh yeah. And I think this is going to be my spare belt, the stock Go Power Sports one. I'm going to, since we've got a little bit of extra horsepower in this power plant, we're going to go with the Comet. Same size, same everything, just Comet belt. So, nothing wrong with this one. These are great belts. I actually have like 3 of them in my other bike as spares, just because you never know who's gonna ruin one on the trail, or get stuck in the mud hole and floor it and think they're spinning, and it's really the belt just smoking. Been there, done that. And as nice as this cover is, I may or may not run this. I don't think I'm going to. I like to let the belt cool off, because I'm really hammering on this drivetrain right here. So, but since my leg is a lot closer to it, I don't know. I might run it. Who knows? All right, so just a little bit of grinding right there. No big deal. Took care of that problem. Make sure you got. Oh, see, tried putting the gasket on backwards. That would have been terrible. Yeah, don't mind how dirty the engine is. I still need to clean it. Just, as you saw, just pulled it off the other bike. So, yeah, gotta hook up the steering stabilizer. Still got a hole to drill there, I guess. Crap. That's gonna be fun. And still waiting on bearings. Not waiting, I'm waiting, but they're either at John's or we're waiting for Monday to put the order in. So hopefully I can get them as soon as possible. So, yep, got the yellow number plate on. May paint this, not really sure, but it's just hand torqued on there, just barely. Kind of liking the bars. I'm liking the straight cut. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna be able to use these. Still need to see if I can fit on it with the bars like that. And I gotta see what I'm gonna do about foot pegs. So these are the foot pegs that Go Power Sports sent me. These things are awesome. Aluminum, black anodized, Allen bolt on the back. The frame's even notched so you can get to these or that set. Not really sure where I'm gonna get it. From all the photos and from people that I know are roughly my height, their foot pegs are here. Either one of those. So I'm gonna probably go with that one and see how I like it with these bars, because Flacco has same bars and foot pegs in the same spot. So I'm gonna give it a try. But can't thank them enough for sending me all these extra parts just to get this thing out, and in a hurry. Oh my goodness, I mean, I'm cutting it down to like the last minute. So yeah, we'll get these things mocked up here in a little while and see. I really wish I could get this thing a roller so I could sit on it and mock up like where my foot pegs. Still need to get a bolt, the right size bolt, and some washers for my chain tensioner roller. This is a bearing one. Don't worry, I am gonna get a little spacer to push on the inside race, not the way it's set up now. Don't worry. I just wanted to see how that looked, and it does. It does work. It works really well. So I've been picking away at this thing just little by little, not too much. Wanted to pick up the camera and show a few things that I've done. I mocked up the rear fender with some big washers underneath just for some support. No need for a washer up here, I guess. The bracket's a good washer. The reason why I did that is because I wanted to make clearance for my exhaust bracket. I know it's a little rough, but once the engine's tight, the bolt is tight here. The hose clamp on that. Hopefully that'll work. If not, I've got some extra flat bar. I can still make another one. No, it's not perfect. But I need to finish up the handlebars and see how that's gonna go. I've got my tank mounted. They sent me a uni tank, but as tight as I need to be laying down on this, there's nothing wrong with that tank. I'm wanting a real sleek look. Probably will use that for another project or send it back to the boys. But that tank is really nice. I just probably gonna be running methanol in this, and I don't know if that plastic's good for methanol. I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't know. I could ask, but I've already made plans for this setup, so this is the one I'm going with. Even mounted up a catch can. I had to tack a bracket there so I could run another bolt through the top of that, but it actually bolted up through an existing bolt hole there. Yeah, I know, I hated welding on this frame, but I had to add something, and it can be ground off, no big deal, and fixed up, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Not that, hey, mini bike, it ain't easy, as they say. One trick up my sleeve that I did with the Super Hog rear tire was I bought a tire groover and actually opened up the lugs and kind of spaced it out and gave it a little extra bite. And that's what I'm gonna do with this rear tire, because it's basically the same cleat. But just a little bit smaller. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in the middle here and go across all of these, open those up, and possibly open up even the side ones. It's a lot, but yeah. And here's the tire groover. Not sponsored. You can get it off Amazon. These are little knives, and yeah, that's the little groover tool. That's how much you take out at a time. Yeah, but you can set the depth. I don't know, it's pretty cool. But yeah, you don't want to go too deep because that would be bad. Oh man, yeah, it looks like the center ones are actually, yeah, I could still groove them a little bit, but these are spaced a little different than those, and then it changes. Okay, all right, well, I'll take care of it. And just like that, it's back to how it came out of the box. Everything's on the floor there and there, and yeah, a few parts here, but yeah, I'm going to clean this thing up with some brake clean and a microfiber towel. I'm not even gonna scuff it, I'm not even worried about it. I've got some self-etching primer sealer that'll do the job, and then we're gonna go with Gloss Patriotic Blue. I just looked at the cap, I didn't even read the color. I like the cap. That's what I'm shooting for. All right, so got the chassis in here. Done a little bit of touch up since I've moved it in. It is ready to move back to the table. I have taped up the wood so the chassis can sit on there and not scratch up the paint too much on the bottom, but who cares about the bottom? I'm not parking it over a mirror, so I'm gonna try and get the front fork on here. Come on, there you go. All right, so don't let go of this. All right. Here we go. Oh gosh. I usually would say 20/20 paint job. So it's, 20 feet away, 20 mile an hour, looks darn good. But this is gonna be 20/80, 20 feet away and 80 miles an hour. It looks good. So I think the last thing I was mounting up was the dual piston rear hydraulic brake caliper that they sent me, and single piston front, so that's pretty good, and really good. Ow, golly, ow! They did really well with this bracket and having the pad centered up and really good pad contact on that rotor. Even though it's a skinny one, it's got some good stopping power, and it's slotted so it doesn't get too hot. So yeah, I'm very thankful that Go Power Sports sent me some really good brakes, because this thing's gonna go fast and I want it to stop good. So, because I want to continue to do this kind of stuff for y'all. Y'all saw that close up. Oh my gosh. You know what this is? This is just gonna be a freaking compilation. I'm calling it. And since I'm saying it, it's gonna happen now. This is just gonna be a compilation video of me hitting the paint. Like, it's gonna be so many I gotta bring y'all up to speed. I've been working a little bit off camera. Unfortunately, I've slipped a few things onto the bike. I've kind of done some buttoning up, still waiting on the bearings for the axle, but gotten some stuff tightened up. Still gotta wait for the stabilizer. If not, I'm just gonna tighten this nut just a little bit and make it kind of stiff up front. Redneck steering stabilizer, no big deal. We can make it work. Got the exhaust tightened down. Motor's not tightened down, of course, because no axle. Fuel line is ran, plumbed, tightened up, zip tied. I still got to do the handlebar setup, and I'm thinking about ditching the hoses here, because there's just the four nipples there. I'm just gonna put the vacuum caps for a carburetor or whatever. Like, you go get the multi-pack. They're gonna be a bunch of colors, but they're gonna look better than those hoses. I don't know. Maybe if I have time, we'll see. But bike is beautiful. Hey, and you know what? If I don't get all the parts, I'll still kind of button it up, and I'll bolt one of these on either side on the inside and float the axle in there, because I think Yeah, it would keep the axle off the paint. So, might have to. We'll see. But, alright. Yep, I'll see y'all in a minute. Look what arrived. My overnighted parts from Go Power Sports. So when I say shout out, I mean huge shout out to Go Power Sports for sending me this stuff so quickly to get this bike done. It's been a roller coaster, I'll tell you. Oh, you guys know, you were there. But so I've got this awesome steering stabilizer, part number right there. But this thing we have on the land speed bike and the laydown land speed bike, and highly recommend this for anything, you know, tiny wheel, big wheel, high speed, whatever kind of stuff you're doing. If you don't want tank slap or whatever, speed wobble, whatever you want to call it, steering stabilizer. And you know, since we're running a little bit of extra sauce on the old power plant situation, went ahead with a Comet belt that replaces the 725 belt, the stock belt for the 30 series. This is what I've really been waiting for, is the 1-inch bearings. Because I requested them, I asked them, they said they were on their way, but you know, I'm a little impatient, not on their end, on my end. I was like, I've got to be able to find those bearings. I mean, in town, come on, there's some parts stores. There wasn't nothing. I think Go Power Sports has purchased every single 2-bolt flange bearing in the country. And that's a good idea. You know, just, I don't blame them. I think, yeah, I just couldn't find them anywhere, even online. Like, they literally got them faster to me than anyone else. Or just driving like hours and hours to a bearing store that we just don't have. So let me quit talking and get these parts slapped on the bike, because I was really, you know, if they came in on Friday, I was going to load it in the truck just like this and put it together at Mini Mayhem. We were going to do it live action. But, you know, they came in time. I'm pumped, as you can tell. All right, let's get to work. First things first is to unpackage the bearings. Okay, so they do have the lock, which is really sweet. Which I'll probably do the lock on the outside. Yeah. Now comes the fun part of, okay, see what I mean, how it pivots? So like if the axle wanted to be that way, it would still spin. Even mounted like that. So, but we're gonna have it straight through like this. Oh man. Oh, that's a nice sight, having that finally. Oh, all right. I hope this is the right way. Yeah, because I'm gonna try and get this bolt, the tensioner bolt or the squeeze bolt, I don't know, clamp bolt, whatever you want to call it. And then this is a 2-sided hub, so you can put the sprocket on this side or that side, which is super convenient. So we're gonna go on the inward side, I guess, or the maintenance side. That's what I'm gonna call it. Oh boy. I guess I'm just gonna have to try it and see what happens. Maybe I should get everything out of the way. Because I got lock collars. Yep. Oh dear. What is that? Okay, nothing. Okay, so I got lock collars and I think 1 key with the brake hub. So I definitely need to, oh yeah, I'll definitely have plenty of room. Just slide the keys in there, hopefully. Because what I'll do is, gotta put a key in the sprocket hub, 2 keys in the wheel, and then a key, and I'm talking about like a, you know, in the axle, of course, and then 1 in the brake rotor, which, oh gosh. Yep, okay, maintenance side inward. Okay. Oh, reverse. Here we go. Oh, that's what we got. What I'm about to do is you got to be very careful and try and use the widest flat blade screwdriver you can, but I'm going to spread I'm going to push the pistons in. There we go. To make the pad width. Oh gosh, here we go. Yep. Okay, so. All right, we're gonna put one washer on the inside. Yep. But that, here, let's just mock it up just to say we did it. Even though, oh, hold on, there we go. I was missing the target. All right, so this rotor is not big enough, unfortunately. Oh boy. Okay, well, darn. I may have to fix that tomorrow at work. All right, so I got most of everything sorted out so far. Still need to work on the brake side, but the sprocket side and the axle is in there. It's floated. The wheel is centered. We're good to go. So now I need to align the sprocket. I've got a 1-inch split collar on the inside in here, offset on the keyway, and the keyway is butted up against the bearing race, which it can't slide out. Can't slide out that way, so this long keyway just kind of floats in here, and then I will clamp this thing down once it's aligned with that sprocket, and I make sure the engine is straight. Lock this, trim the axle, work on the brakes. I've got to get a key in the keyway on that. All right, so it is Friday morning. I woke up at 5:30 this morning to come to my parents' house to get the what is it? The stuff that's gonna take about an hour and a half to load by myself. So went ahead and took care of that stuff, got it loaded. I got the bike finished, but I'm only gonna give y'all a sneak peek. Okay, because I want to get it out to Busco Beach, set it up with a sunrise, sunset, some sort of pond in the background. I don't know, beauty shots. All right, so we made it. We got the camp set up, and guess what? The bike is here. See, it looks so much better on the sands. It was kind of hard to get a shot in the garage with all the junk.
I'd love to have a shop like that in my backyard.
It's completely untested, so let's see what works. I know the kill switch works, so we're good there. All right. Put some heat in it before I just start it and go. I always forget to.
So it was time to test the beastly methanol burning 263 on the Busco Beach drag strip at Mini Mayhem. The drag strip was in rough shape this year. It was practically like driving over dunes. Between the humps in the track and having 30 horsepower on a tiny mini bike, Charles had his hands full, to say the least. He did his best to keep the bike straight and full throttle, but his testing resulted in a nasty crash before he could race his rivals.
So what happened?
I went airborne and bounced, and then you saw a leg come over. It was bad. The bike, I made probably 10 passes on it, and it was great. Like it worked good. Gearing was fine. Getting it off the line, I might have used a different gearing, but really it was fine with me. Kind of bummed out I can't line it up against anybody else that purpose built something for today, but I'll have it in the bike show.
You still got the Super Hog.
I still got the Super Hog. It's not as fast, but I'll run
That's
it.
all right. Dude,
Yeah.
You took a heck of a spill. I'm glad you're all right.
But you know, what time is it? Do we got
2:53.
I got we got 7 minutes to put that engine on the other chassis.
Let's go. Oh yeah, that's totally fine, right?
Yeah, so the axle is up and forward, and that's what, so yeah, it got buckled. So it bent right here, down, and then this one forward. So this bearing is higher than that one.
Wow.
I think I may have bent the sprocket, but they make those all day long.
Yeah.
So what's the most important part is I'm talking in the video, not in the hospital bed, and
Right.
I'm able to build another one of these bikes. So,
Right.
yeah, the engine's good. I'm good. Oh, the handlebars got a little tweaked, but I already straightened them a little bit.
Okay.
I might save them just a reminder of what can happen.
I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode. Thankfully, Charles is okay. The bike can be replaced, but we don't want anybody getting hurt. Shout out to Go Power Sports for sending us the first ever Rascal GT to get put on dirt, and we were the first ever to also total a Rascal GT. I mean, the chassis only weighs 20 pounds, so if it takes a good lick, it's going to get bent. It's just the nature of a lightweight racing frame. But we'll get him next time. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area this weekend, come on out to the second annual Pole Start Picnic at Rockwood Go-Karts. And then this coming Sunday is the first ever Go Power Sports 668th mile drag race at Yellow Belly Drag Strip. So whether you want to come to participate or come to hang out, meet and greet with us, we'll be happy to see you either way. Anyway, we got to build some bikes. We'll catch you next time.